You know, it's huge to do this in New York because the Stonewall riots, the first Pride Parade, you know, COVID positive for the last couple of years. I mean, this is big.
This is big.
What you have, what you lost. Thunder only happens when it's raining.
That's me. That's me. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. Hey, listen, it's a live stream, so I apologize for the first 3 minutes, but we made it. We're here. I told you we were going to make it. Pride Parade NYC. It was lit. It was it was cool because there was people from out of the woodwork that came. There was people that were just, didn't matter if you were a hipster, didn't matter if you were a hippie, didn't matter if you had money, didn't have money. It didn't matter about like what your political stance on it for the most part. It was just people coming together to show love, support for one another. And, this beautiful day. I mean, like I said, this is the climax in NYC. This is the climax. I'm coming live from New York City, obviously, but a couple things I wanted to say as far as like the actual parade. I wanted to actually do this and the parade, but it was too loud. It was too loud. Microphone was really good, but it was too loud, so I couldn't really take away. I didn't really know how that was going to sound on the mic because this is the new mic. I didn't know how it was going to sound as far as like a lot of just different reasons. As you can tell, probably I'm losing my voice myself a little bit, so I apologize for that as well. And it's definitely people on top of each other. I probably got COVID for the second time, and maybe got some sun. I don't think I got sunburn though, and just a little bit exhausted. But we're still here, and I have set up in Times Square right now, which is kind of cool and kind of not cool at the same time because there are people, selling CDs. There's people selling the tour bus tickets. There's people just up and around and about, doing whatever because it's Sunday and it's Times Square. This is what people do. The funny part what I did notice though is that once you go over to 8th Avenue, like around that area, and you start coming more to Times Square area, you realize that actually a lot of people don't know about Pride. You know, like for gay people, obviously it's a big thing. It's a big event, and everybody loves it, and everybody comes out. And I think they said there was tens of thousands of people. I haven't gotten the final number yet with that, but I definitely will. But you know, usually they come in like multiple, a couple million or something like that. But COVID slowed it down. And in 2020 there wasn't even one, and then 2020, you know, last year it was just cars going by. So it wasn't the same. So this is the first time where it was actually people actually enjoying themselves, being on top of each other. You know, no masks, just showing love. Everybody showing love and support, and it was a beautiful thing. When you cross over that area, like people don't actually know about it, then it's like, oh, you know, what's with the rainbows? Or I noticed like a lot of people are actually get agitated about it. Like they see all the rainbows, and I actually see them or hear them say like, oh my God, like another one, or, you know, I can't believe this or whatever. It's just like, it's kind of wild to see because can we just get a day? Can we just get a day? Is that possible or no? Because I just want a day, you know. Yeah, we have the month, but I mean, like, we have a celebration for an actual day when you guys can celebrate your love, hold hands, be affectionate, do whatever you want to do, both sides of the political spectrum. You know, talk about whatever you want to talk about, do whatever you want to do, and it's just normal, right? But as soon as you start seeing rainbows, then it's a problem. So I kind of had an issue with that, but obviously I'm still rocking my hat. I'm not going to take it off. It's not like I switched, you know, into the skies or something like that. But obviously I just wanted to, you know, set up this podcast real fast. It's not going to be an hour, but I did promise you guys, and I did promise myself I was going to do a live stream at 3 p.m. I did come on late, and I don't even think it started for about 3 minutes after it actually went live, but that's how you know it is an actual live stream in the middle of nowhere. I mean, if you guys can see my equipment, like I have this mic, I have a phone holder, and I have these business cards, you know, for anybody that wants to stop by. I did give out a couple of shirts. I think they kind of just thought I was crazy. I was just giving out free shirts, so of course they're going to say cool. There's a lot of people just say cool for, you know, free, whatever. But at the same time, it was just cool just to have people, you know, walk down. I was like a moving billboard, because I was just walking and everybody was looking at the shirt. Everybody was trying to figure out what the shirt was. Everybody was seeing the business cards everywhere. And, you know, a lot of people, I was just really trying to reach LGBT community, you know what I mean? And then as soon as I switch over, like I said, I'm still trying to do my thing. And it's a variety show that we do. It's not like we just do LGBT topics. But at the same time, I thought it was very powerful and, you know, something that needed to be said. So here we are, and we made it. And now we're in Times Square. The next location we'll probably go at is where? Central Park? Probably Central Park to call it a day. Central Park to wind down. You know, I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to chill and enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy the sun going down, and then head back up north at around 8. But like I said, I promised myself to do this. I really struggled with even coming out here. I mean, I know how important it was, and I was building it up myself for so long. But I wanted to represent for people with mental illness. I wanted to represent for LGBT community. I wanted to represent for, you know, people just in general. I wanted to represent for New York, of course. You know what I mean? Like I say that we represent New York a lot. We say it often, and that's just what we try to do. And obviously, the more views and stuff like that on the podcast, it's cool and everything. But I want people to really, you know, hop on board. You know, subscribe with us. Listen to a podcast, tell people about it. You know, that's how it spreads. And New York City, especially during Pride, is a perfect opportunity to do that. Anywhere I can throw myself into an opportunity where there is millions of people, 0.1% of a million is still what, like 10,000, something like that. I'm not going to do the math, but hopefully you guys can hear me okay too. This is a new mic. I can hear myself, so I'm hoping that you hear it how I hear it. But yeah, I mean, so that's really all I just wanted to say about that. I wanted to say a big, huge shout out to my co-host, the co-host of the show, Nyc P. Make sure to follow her directly if you would like. I'm going to let her do that, you know, have that information out there for you. But if you want to follow her, you can also follow us at Mixture of Variety on Instagram. That's at Mixture of Variety on Instagram. Of course, on YouTube, the show is youtube.com. You guys should know this by now. youtube.com/C/Mixture of Variety Entertainment. That's youtube.com/C/Mixture of Variety Entertainment. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing because There's so many people looking and wondering and inquiring and stuff like that. And I wanted to try. That's the only bad thing about being on this side of town is I really wanted to try and say something, get someone's perspective about Pride and what they think about it. And now that it's back after 3 years and this and this. But so far, it's not like rainbow people everywhere. It's not like Rainbow City like it was earlier. Maybe I'll catch somebody. I'll catch their eye and I'll tell them to come over here. You know, the one thing I wanted to say too is that what I noticed in the parade actually was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful parade. It was definitely set up well. Everybody, you know, did their thing. The performers were great. The marchers were great. Everybody was great. There was definitely a lot of political messages within the parade. You know that was going to happen. I mean, it was Ukraine, everything. If they weren't talking about Ukraine, they were talking about the Roe versus Wade or Roe v. Wade, which nothing wrong with that. I knew they were going to be talking about that, but that was a huge topic. And that was all cool and everything. I tried to get pictures, but I failed miserably at that. There were several of them, and they were all like, you know, doing their thing and saying their message, because if you have that many eyes on you, that's the way to do it. You know, one day, me and Nyc people have a mixture of variety float. What do you think about that? Mixture of variety entertainment float in the parade, and then everybody can check us out and get these awesome business cards. Make sure to get these business cards too if you want. I mean, the cool thing about these business cards is, right, you're just helping us out. If you give these business cards out to people and they have the QR code and they can just scan it, scan the QR code, they go out to YouTube, they see our page, you know, hopefully like it, hopefully subscribe it. Hopefully after this episode, I'll have new subscribers, etc., and it'll just go from there. It's funny because I don't even know how loud I'm actually talking, but it seems like I'm all right. so far it seems all right. Nobody's screaming, but I hear a lot of background music too. But obviously you can tell that I'm outside. This is not studio quality, but hopefully the mic is doing its job. The one thing I must say that disgusted me in a lot of ways was that there was a lot of kid stuff related to kids in the parade, and it wasn't just like, you know, parenting and everybody's okay and everybody can have kids. It wasn't even like that. It was more like, let's just throw them in costume and, you know, they're wearing rainbow and they're spinning around and they're holding a bi flag or a trans flag or something like that, and they really don't even know what's going on or what's happening, but they're just in the parade just because they think it's colorful. I mean, it is a fact, obviously, who doesn't like colors? Like, if you are in Pride season and it bothers you that much to see that many rainbows and to see that many new, you know, rainbow flags and the trans and bi and everything else that comes to non-binary, just a whole bunch of different colors, right? Does that scare you? Like, you don't like seeing color in this world? I mean, that's one of the most beautiful things that we have in this world, right? And a lot of people are just passing by and just not even noticing it. So a lot of people pass by and not notice it, but then at the same time, people go out of their way and they just say, this is really annoying to me. They should not have a month. There's too many colors. There's too much shit going on, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I got dancers next to me now. Yeah, I might have to wrap this up now. But yeah, you guys could get the point. I think what I'm gonna do also, I believe I'm gonna make a part 2, because what I'm gonna try to do right now is I'm gonna head over. The live stream is over. The live stream is gonna be on YouTube, blah blah whatever. But I'm gonna record a video, on StreamYard. And I'm going to record it, and I'm going to make it part 2. And I'm going to do part 2 in Central Park, and I'm just going to hope, fingers crossed, I can get a couple people to talk to and interview with. Because right now I'm in the corner in Times Square, and nobody's wearing rainbow, so it's a little bit different. It might be a little bit different in Central Park. We will find out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Page Zero signing out for Make Sure Everybody Entertainment. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. Make sure to check us out everywhere. Just Google us. If you don't know, now you know. I'll see you next time. Deuces. Take it back. What is this?